When speed meets skills and power meets precision, a new winter awaits. When every second is a showdown and every stride a fight, this is where champions push past limits and new contenders refuse to back down. Every jump, a leap into the unknown. Every race, a thriller waiting to happen. This isn't just another winter, but a season shaping our future. The stage is set for tight fights, high stakes, and breathtaking speed. The Nordic Combined World Cup is back, faster, tighter, and more thrilling than ever before.
Good evening from Trondheim and welcome to the very first FIS Nordic Combined Race Talk. Our goal today is to bring audiences and fans a little bit closer to the stories of Nordic Combined. We have 6 very interesting guests today that will let us dive a little bit deeper into the background, the stories, and everything that concerns Nordic Combined outside of the jumping hills and the courses. New generations, new formats like the ski flying premiere in Cologne this year. And our first 2 guests represent the new generation. They have been already very successful in the last seasons. So let's take a look. Natalie Armbruster and Johannes Lamparter, welcome to the FIS Race Talk.
Hi.
Hi. Very good to have you here. And you have something in common. Natalie, 20 years old and already a Crystal Globe. And Johannes, the same for you, already Crystal Globe overall World Cup winner. It's an honor to have you here. And the very first question that I have, it's quite a big trophy. Where did you put that actually at home?
At my home, it's at the moment it's just standing on the floor in our living room, so I can see it every time. And honestly, I haven't found the place yet in my room, so that's it won't stay there forever. But at the moment, yes.
And you?
For me, at home, it stands in the living room, together with my Seefeld triple. These 2 were probably the most emotional wins and important one for me. So I always see them when I'm eating or doing something, so always in my mind, and yeah, it's good to have it.
Yeah, that would have been my next question actually, because another thing you have in common is the Seefeld triple, which in the Nordic Combined world is something very important, and both of you have that trophy at home as well. Natalie, last year, the first ever triple of the women. What does it mean to you to know that you could actually bring that one home?
It was such an honor, and honestly, this weekend just felt like a dream. It was so overwhelming for me to celebrate my first ever World Cup victory there, and then the second, and winning this Seefeld triple meant a lot to me.
And Johannes, for you as an Austrian, is the triple a little bit higher on the shelf than the Globe?
I have to say it was this Sunday when I won the triple was the most emotional win I had, in front of friends, family, and a lot of people work there, and I know them from beginning. I'm doing Nordic Combined, so there was a lot of pressure on Sunday as well. And Johannes will make it, and it was also not so easy. But winning my first home victory, and then on the day after winning the triple, that was really emotional and a big day.
I can imagine. I can also imagine that it is a bit difficult as such young athletes to be so incredibly successful so early in your careers. I can give you a little outlook into the TV numbers from last year, because we kind of peaked in Germany, and that is, of course, because of you, and also, of course, because of Vincent's. And the same for you in the season where you won the overall. The TV numbers in Austria were incredible. Does that put some pressure on you to know that you are that or that for your discipline, and just with your results?
It's not always easy. Of course, you have a lot of pressure inside of you. It's the most that nobody goes to you and say, yeah, that was a bad day for you. It's always yourself. Always you wanted to show, you wanted to be in the top, you wanted to be there and have these emotions. And it's always to find yourself, the balance with yourself. And when you're in a good way, so it's, yeah, you can handle the pressure, but some days are more and some days are a bit less. So all over the season, I have managed quite well, so it's okay.
I totally agree. It's a lot of pressure, and I also feel like for me this season it's very special, because everyone is expecting me to be on the podium or to win a World Cup again, but we are not machines, and the focus is so much on us. And as Johannes said, it's not just the people looking at you and putting you under pressure. It's also, it's yourself it's me putting myself under so much pressure. Of course, I want to be good again, but it's not easy. And also, when I remind me that I'm just 19 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And it's incredible what both of you have accomplished so far. And actually, one little less thing for you, Natalie, because you finished school. Finally, congratulations on that.
Finally, thank you.
I remember last season you were traveling with books and were learning before competitions. I can imagine that is a lot of pressure off your shoulders.
Yes, last year it was too much for me. Honestly, on some days I was like, how can I do that? How can I manage both, being a high-level athlete and being good at school as well? Because I wanted to be as good as I've been in sport also in school, and I put myself under so much pressure there too. And I was studying a lot, and I had a huge lack of sleep. And I still don't know how I've managed it, but I'm so glad that it's over now. And I can just focus on sport. And just focus on sport is enough, because we have so much to do. Like today we have this race talk, and it's also, not just training and competing, it's also so much in between.
Johannes, there's one thing you do not have in common with Natalie, and that is the Olympic Winter Games. So we all know the pressure is on, because the numbers that you are going to present, not you personally, but your colleagues as well, in the end of the season will also influence the decision of the IOC that is coming in the summer. Does that affect you?
Of course, it's always in my mind. We wanted to be at the Olympics and also to be there together with the women. And I compare it like ski jumping was like starting with men, and then the women are getting there and getting a really high level now there. And I compare it to Nordic Combined now. It's the discipline is now growing and getting better and increasing on performances, and there is absolutely no reason why they are not able to be there in the Olympic Games. So we all, in our little family, we are here in Nordic Combined, hope that we are both together 2030, but we are just here to train, to perform, and that is our job, and that is always the main focus I have. But of course, always it's a bit in the backside in my mind.
Natalie, anything you would like the people and the fans who are watching here today to know about the spirit of the Nordic Combined women and your wish to be next to the men in 2030?
I hope that a lot of people will watch Nordic Combined, because I think that, they will see our passion, they will see how our level has increased, they will see on which high level we are right now, and I hope that the IOC watches as well, and that they see that we deserve to be at the Olympics, not just because it's like there need to be equality, but because of what we have achieved in the last years.
Beautiful last words. Thank you to both of you. Good luck, Natalie, for the season opening tomorrow here in Trondheim. Good luck to you, Johannes, to continue the winning streak we saw from you already in Ruka, in the yellow bit. Thanks. And we're not done yet. We have the next guest coming up, so have a look who that is. Annika Malacinski and Christian Ilves, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us today. And Annika, the people who follow us and you on Nordic Combined, I think they know that you are not only a Nordic Combined athlete, but you are an ambassador, and I have to read that part off because you're embassing for a lot, and it's equality, sustainability are close to your heart. Promotion for the Nordic Combined women, mental health, healthy food choices, vegetarian, vegan options at the World Cup. So my first question would be to Christian. So what are you ambassading for?
A little bit of everything, I hope, but no, like nothing special. But of course, like what you mentioned, like healthy lifestyle, being like a role model for the youngsters. That's something that I'm also like at least aiming for, and I hope that the younger generation look me as a role model as well. So yeah, these two things mainly, I guess.
Annika, one thing I mentioned was the food choices, because that is like a recent addition to the long list that I just read. Do you want us to tell, like, can you tell us a bit more about the background of that?
Yeah. So I'm first off very hard-headed. So like if I have something in my head and I want to execute it, like I'm like writing emails right away. So the first thing now is like I have been vegetarian for the past 6 years and like hoping to live that vegan lifestyle, but it is extremely hard to be on the World Cup circuit and be even vegetarian because most of the time they don't even have like any vegetarian options, which kind of leaves me unfueled. So that's like one thing that I would really love to put on my resume is like getting more plant-based options and not just like a marinara sauce, like something with protein so that, you know, athletes can get fueled on plant-based foods.
So both of you are actually out there, not only rooting for Nordic Combined, but for other topics as well. And another thing you have in common is that both of you actually left their home countries to move to here, to Trondheim, and train with the Norwegian team. So I think, Christian, when did you start?
The first year in Trondheim was 2020, but I joined the team in 2019. So the first year I was pretty much back and forth between Estonia and Norway, but then I saw it was a bit messy and I didn't get the results I wanted out of training and the structure. So then I just had to decide that, okay, I have to be here to get all the information, all this consistency in training. So yeah, that was pretty much easy choice, just if I take like the sport side. But of course there has been difficult times with like just the private life as well. So yeah, it was difficult, but definitely worth it.
Yeah, Annika, for you, how was it to come here to Trondheim? You lived in Oslo before.
Yeah.
What are the differences now here in Trondheim?
So because I'm half Finnish, I feel like the cultural differences were not as big because it's like both the Nordic countries. But training changed a lot. And I was really surprised just how much like effort was put into the little things like equipment and suits, and the interval styles changed, like much more L3 than L4. No off days, which was like a huge, like very hard for me to adapt to, because I always loved that my like Sunday was off and like didn't have to stress about anything. But now if I get a like off day out of nowhere, I'm just like, is my coach okay? Like, what are we doing now?
Christian, so for you, do you think moving here was a bad influence on the Estonian development in Nordic Combined? Or do you think it helps your home country actually to see what potential there is in Nordic Combined from Estonian athletes?
In my head, it absolutely helped a lot, because I guess we had quite okay knowledge until a certain time, and then it was like, okay, what we should do now? We just, like, if I'm just take my perspective, I was training hard, I did everything I could, but I just see like, okay, you get some development, but in some point you're just like standing still really much. So yeah, but yeah, of course there's this knowledge that I've gotten from here. It has been insane actually. So I'm doing everything I can to just not like teaching the younger guys, but to just give my knowledge to them. And like, since my brother took over the ski club in our hometown, and my dad is working with the juniors, so they get a lot of knowledge from me, and I hope to just develop the Estonian Nordic Combined and a little bit of Estonian skiing in general, to just say what we are doing here and what has worked for me. So just small things, but if you get like so many small things out of it, you will get a lot in the end. So yeah, I think it has been quite crazy how much we missed in some time in Estonia. So yeah, it's good to be here and have all the knowledge now.
And the passion is there in Estonia. We see it every year. When we are in Otepää, they come with flags. They come in thousands. They come with cardboard cutouts from your face.
He is literally a hero, like, in that country. Like, I've never heard crowds like that before in my life.
And it's a bit of a difference, I would say, to you, Annika, because what does it mean when you see that, like, a whole country, including the president, if I can just bring that one back, because that is quite special, I think. No other athlete was ever picked up by the exit gate by their country's president and brought to the equipment control room.
That was actually special. And I remember I was like, had this insane choice in my head, or like this decision, should I take my glove off? Because I know that I wasn't inside the rules, but I hope that Güntram will like just say, it's okay for that time, because like I didn't want to just give the hand to the president with my gloves, so I just had to take that decision, and I took it. So I'm at least proud of it now. So yeah, but that was just a little funny talk on the side. But yeah, it was it's amazing. I mean, Estonians, they're pretty crazy if it becomes like just to cheer someone, because we're such a small country, and like. If you do something well, like, you get noticed quite fast. So, and yeah, and I hope, like, as we talk about this being a role model as well, I hope that I've done a good job in terms of just like for the parenting and everybody that like wants to bring the kids and wants to show them what's the winter sport is, because it's like, it's pretty difficult these days now when you have this iPad or whatever you have. It's like, I see it a lot that just younger generation doesn't want to go out anymore, and especially in the cold temperatures. So that's a small thing I just want to keep alive, and I hope it will work in the future as well.
Annika, you're an ambassador for the Women's Nordic Combined, and we talked a little bit with Natalie and Johannes about that as well. So of course I want to address the elephant in the room here, because the women are not going to be part of the Olympics. Is there anything you would like to say to our audience about that today?
Too many things. But I guess Natalie said it beautifully. Like, I really hope that the IOC realizes that they kind of made a mistake, in my opinion, because the progress that Women's Nordic Combined has made is crazy. And we work so hard. Like, it's not like this is a side hobby and this is just fun for me. Like, I sacrifice, I live in Norway. Like, I wouldn't have just like come here to live here. So there's a lot of like hard work that goes into this, and I really hope that at the end of the day, they see that, and then we're added for the 2030 program.
Thank you both very much for your time today. I wish you all the best for your season opening tomorrow and for the rest of yours. We cannot wait to be back in Otepe and hopefully also in the US very soon again.
Hopefully my president doesn't show up though.
Sorry.
That was a good one.
Well, that was a nice end to that part. Thanks to both of you.
Thank you.
And we are also not done yet. We have 2 more guests that I'm very excited about, and I think one of them you remember quite well from the previous season. Jarl Magnus Rieber and Lasse Ottesen, welcome to the FIS Nordic Combined Race Talk.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good to have you here. And Jarl, I would start with you. And again, I have to read off my card here because it's too many numbers. I will just throw it out here. 147 individual World Cup starts. 78 victories, that is a winning rate. I did the math before this talk started. 53% winning rate. 111 podiums, 5 overall World Cup Globes victories, 11 gold medals, 3 silver medals, 1 bronze medal in the World Championships, a Holman Cole medal in 2024, and I think I could go on for more time, but we don't have that much. Lasse, when you saw that little boy coming into the Nordic Combined circuit, not that many years ago actually, did you expect that kind of outcome?
I didn't, for sure not. I think maybe some of his coaches did. I think they saw the talent. We saw this, this crazy small young athlete coming in with insane talent, especially on the jumping hill. Creating a lot of troubles for us over some years. But all in all, for sure, I mean the list is speaks for itself. One of but the best Nordic Combined athlete ever.
There's actually one thing that you have that he does not, and that is...
It is.
You want to say it yourself?
No, you go ahead.
No, it is an individual silver medal in the Olympics. That's the only thing that's basically missing on your list. But, I don't think you have to prove anything anymore, do you?
Nah, if I would have had that feeling, I will definitely go for one more season and try to take that gold in Cortina, but... I felt the time for me was over, definitely after I was giving the message to the people that I was retiring because of this disease I got. So I'm very happy with the decision, and I felt it was the right to do.
You work still for the Norwegian team, as we can see, and I actually got some information from Jens Luas Oftebro about an incident on the day after your retirement, because if I remember correctly, it was Sunday you retired in Holmenkollen, and on Monday morning you were ready for some coaching. Is that correct?
That's correct. I knew I was going to be part of the team somehow after I gave the message to Ivar already before Schonak, the World Cup in Schonak last year, and I knew if my job going to be easier if we start a little bit more early to start testing, so we have more base of information to do the right choices for Jens. So yeah, it was straight to the hill. I was like calling Jens, I hope you are ready tomorrow. He was quite tired, but I was quite motivated as well. So we got some sessions.
Yeah, but this is not the job you do anymore. So obviously the team did not agree with the early training sessions, because now you work in equipment development, is that?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So now I'm trying to make a package for the athletes that's work together with the technique they have. So yeah, I have been a pain in the ass for them the whole summer, trying to make quite big changes of things that's quite obvious we have to fix. And to do that, I will say 1 year is a very short time. We had like, okay, Cortina is coming here, and we have quite huge difficulties in the technique that we have to fix quite fast. So then it's my job to go to the athlete and say, we have to do this and this and this, and take them to the small hills and do some changes that they haven't done before. But 1 year is a very short time, so hopefully over time this will be started to get some momentum.
It's not always easy to work with outstanding athletes like Jarl, Lasse, I can imagine.
No.
And also there has been some criticism directly from Jarl in the past. If I remember when we introduced the compact, the individual compact format in the 23-24 season, there was a headline in the Norwegian media that is like unfair. And if I can just bring back the person who won the compact globe in that very first season, Jarl.
Yeah.
But still, Lasse, is it difficult if you get backlash from the athletes? Is that harder for you, making decisions or trying to involve the sport, bringing in something new, still trying to keep the tradition? It's a balance act, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, of course, it's hard to please everyone, and especially maybe in a sport like Nordic Combined, where you do have two different types of athletes. Some are better in the jumping hills, some are better on the cross-country course. So, of course, to please everyone is not easy. But like you said, we do hope and need. We do have two athlete representatives now in our committees and the system that we are using as much as we can, because we need the athletes to be on our side, definitely. Sometimes we do have to make some decisions that might not be as popular as others, but this has also to do with the overall picture of Nordic Combined and what and how we want to go in the future. So, but not easy, for sure not.
It's not only the formats that have been criticized. We also, unfortunately, could not take the competition on in Lake Placid this season. We heard it before. How is the work going with the overseas federations at the moment? Is there a plan to go back to Japan, for example, or the United States?
Yes, it is. Next 2-3 years, we hope that both of them are back. Plan is already for the coming season, 26-27. To have a World Cup in Lake Placid, and then the year after we go to Japan in 28. So at least that's a draft long-term plan to bring them in as well. China is on the discussion table, possibly together with Japan in 28. So that is on the schedule for sure, and we need them. That's clear, to make sure that we have a worldwide calendar traveling through the whole season.
The IOC is also looking at that. They look not only on results, but also on representation globally. So how is the development going with the IOC? How is the conversation? And also, Jarl, for you, from a former athlete's perspective, do you still feel the pressure that's coming?
Yeah, for sure. It's like we have to stay creative and also stay in the headline. And also a little bit back to what we talk about with the compact races as well. I understand we have to do everything we can to sell our products also into IOC. So I think we are doing a lot of great work at the moment. I think FIS is doing something right in the right direction, and hopefully that will make some results for us in the future as well.
Yeah, I mean, regarding the compact, we know it's not fair, like you said as well. We kind of know, but still, I think that at least it's worth a try to see if it is, giving something more to our sport, and those are one of the points that IOC are looking at as well towards 2030, is to make sure that we are interesting for the public watching, that we have good fights, that we have more medals or more nations fighting for medals. So. sometimes then, let's say, fairness is coming at the second level, sort of, in terms of the whole discussions on it. But for sure, that's also extremely important for us that all competitions are fair for everyone involved. So it's just one point of the whole overall discussions that we do have with the IOC these days, which are going well. To be honest, we are having a good plan. FIS 100% supports Nordic Combined in terms of being included in, as we have been for the last 100 years. So I'm confident, and I'm looking very much forward to the spring when the IOC will announce that Nordic Combined are part of the 30 and 34 Olympic Games.
Thank you very much to both of you. Beautiful last words. And thank you all for joining today's race talk. It was a pleasure to be your host tonight, and I hope all of you tune in tomorrow, 11 o'clock Central European Time, the season opening of the women here in Trondheim. And I hope that all of you also tell your friends, tell your family about Nordic Combined, tune in, follow our social media channels, because we all play our part in keeping Nordic Combined in the Olympics. I want to ensure, not me personally, but our entire Nordic Combined family, that all generations also in the future are able to enjoy this incredibly fascinating sport. Good night.